Kennedy and Malik were used to stairs. At 17 and 15, dressed in sleek designer outfits, luggage gliding behind them, they walked with the casual confidence of those who had done this 100 times before. First-class lounges weren't new to them. If anything, they were second homes. Their father, Roland Sinclair, was the CEO of one of the largest airlines in the world, a man known as much for his strategic brilliance as for his unwavering devotion to his children. And while Kennedy and Malik never flaunted his name, the respect it carried had always opened doors. Until today. They had just arrived at JFK, en route to London for a student tech summit Malik had been invited to. Kennedy was tagging along, managing his schedule and, if necessary, his anxiety, like she always did. The two siblings made their way to the exclusive Polaris First Lounge, boarding passes in hand, when a woman at the front desk abruptly raised a hand to stop them. "Excuse me, this area is for first-class passengers only," she said curtly, not even bothering to glance at their tickets. Her eyes flicked over their skin, their youth, their presence like something that didn't belong. Kennedy blinked, holding up the premium boarding passes. "We're in 1A and 1B. The woman, her name tag read Tina, didn't even look. "Sure you are," she said, arms crossed. "You kids need to get lost before I call security." Malik shifted uncomfortably, clutching his tablet a little tighter. Kennedy, by contrast, stood still. Her voice was calm but icy. "We're not going anywhere. You can either scan our boarding passes or explain to security why you refuse to let first-class passengers into a lounge they paid for." Tina's smirk vanished. She reached for a scanner and with a passive-aggressive swipe confirmed the truth. "Huh," she muttered. "Looks like you're in." But the damage was done. People were staring now, some curious, others indifferent, a few uncomfortable. Malik's face flushed with a mix of embarrassment and rage. Kennedy, jaw set, pulled out her phone. She wasn't going to shout. She didn't need to argue. She just sent a single message to her father. Blocked from lounge at JFK. Told to get lost. You know what to do. 5 minutes passed. Then, or to 10. And then all hell broke loose. An overhead announcement rang out, "Attention, all passengers. Due to an internal operations issue, all flights are temporarily delayed. We apologize for the inconvenience." Staff began moving briskly. Phones were ringing. Tina's supervisor appeared, whispering urgently into her ear. Her eyes widened. Kennedy didn't say a word. Malik looked up from his tablet, eyebrows raised. "Did you?" Kennedy gave a slight shrug. "He said to tell him if anything like this ever happened. Because Roland Sinclair wasn't just any CEO. He was the CEO of this very airline, and his kids had just been disrespected." The supervisor's face turned as pale as the fluorescent lights overhead. He gave Tina a sharp glance before motioning her aside. Kennedy and Malik sat calmly now, sipping drinks that had suddenly appeared, hand-delivered by lounge staff who looked like they'd just stepped out of a PR seminar. A manager came rushing over. His name tag read Gavin, Senior Ops. He crouched slightly to speak eye level with the siblings, his tone switching between apologetic and terrified. "Miss Sinclair, Master Sinclair, please accept our sincerest apologies. This is not representative of our values as a company. We deeply regret what happened at the front desk. The employee in question has been removed from her post pending a full investigation." Kennedy barely looked up from her phone. "We're fine," she said flatly, "but you'll need to fix this. Not just with us, but with everyone else. This kind of thing happens too." "Yes, absolutely," Gavin said. "Your father has already contacted the board. There's a DEI meeting being scheduled. He's requested to lead it personally." Meanwhile, the delay notices kept coming. Travelers were growing frustrated, but those who recognized Kennedy and Malik were putting the pieces together. Phones were out. People were tweeting. CEO's kids disrespected. Lounge denies entry to Sinclair family. The story was writing itself in real time. Hashtags were trending before the siblings had even boarded. Malik finally looked up from his tablet and asked the question Kennedy knew was coming. "You think Dad's going to fire her?" Kennedy shook her head. "He doesn't do public firings, but she's not going to have a desk with this airline again, and if she does, it'll be far from the front desk." The flight crew came to escort them personally, something neither sibling had ever seen before. The captain himself, a tall, composed man with silver hair, extended his hand. "Mr. Sinclair sends his regards," he said, "and he asked me to assure you both, this will never happen again." Kennedy nodded, brushing past him into the cabin. Malik gave a small smile, polite but distant. As they settled into their seats, 1A and 1B, the plane finally began to move. But the silence in the air carried the weight of something bigger. This wasn't just about two kids being mistreated. It was about a system that let assumptions go unchecked until the wrong people were targeted. By the time the plane reached cruising altitude, Roland Sinclair had already posted a statement online. It was clear, direct, and powerful. It didn't name his children, but it didn't need to. The message was unmistakable. "If my own children can be treated like this, imagine how many others have, without a voice to call me. That changes today." That post went viral before they even landed in London. And the airline? It didn't shut down permanently. But it did change, starting from the lounge at JFK.